Why did Jungkook disappear from the public for 2 weeks? What was the surprising secret that Jimin finally revealed? Check out this story full of emotions. Are you also wondering where Jungkook has been for the past 2 weeks? Where did he disappear suddenly without news? What really happened behind the scenes that made one of the BTS members seem to disappear from the world? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the latest updates from BTS and Jungkook. The world of K-pop fans and especially BTS's army was shocked by the news of Jungkook's disappearance from all public activities for more than 2 weeks. Fans and the media were left wondering, how can an idol who is usually active on various social media platforms and public agendas suddenly disappear without a trace? Speculation has also sprung up, ranging from health problems to severe personal issues. However, all of that was finally answered when Jimin, his best friend and group partner, gave a very surprising and touching confession about the reason behind Jungkook's disappearance. Jimin opened with a soulful voice in an exclusive interview that shook the world of fandom. He revealed how much of a mental burden Jungkook has had to bear over the past few years, which has led him to step away from the spotlight and take a break from this harsh and stressful world. This is not just missing from the stage, but an inner journey full of struggle that has not been seen by the public. Not many people know Jungkook is a figure who always wants to give his best, but behind a bright smile and a face that looks strong, there is another side that stores pain and fatigue. Jimin explained that during those 2 weeks, Jungkook chose to focus on his overall health, both physical and mental. It is not just a matter of ordinary rest, but of a profound healing process, which even involves therapy and intense personal reflection. This news brought both surprise and relief to the army who had been feeling deep concern. Amid the torrent of sometimes painful speculation, Jimin's confession opened the eyes of all of us to the importance of mental health, even for a public figure as big as Jungkook. He is not a robot that is always strong without flaws, but an ordinary human who also needs time to improve himself. However, there is a big question that continues to haunt. What exactly made Jungkook feel so depressed that he had to make this difficult decision? Jimin hints that pressure from high expectations and the burden of being a global icon is one of the causes. In addition, private events that cannot be publicly disclosed make matters worse. When Jimin told this story, he couldn't hold back his tears. There is honesty and sincerity that emanates from every word he says. This is not just an ordinary recognition, but a call for all of us to better understand and appreciate the human struggle behind the scenes of luxury and popularity. Even more surprising, Jimin also stated that Jungkook is now in the process of recovering and plans to return to the stage with a new spirit that is healthier and stronger. However, he also asked that the fans give time and space for this process to run smoothly without additional pressure from the outside. This news brings an aura of excitement and inspiration, reminding us that behind the glitter of the stage there is another side that is often hidden, an inner struggle that may be invisible but very real. This is a reminder for all of us, not only fans, but also the public at large, to be more sensitive to mental health issues that are often overlooked. Especially those who seem perfect in the eyes of the world. In an entertainment world full of demands and expectations, Jungkook's story teaches us the value of honesty and the courage to face problems openly. We learn that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but rather of overwhelming strength. Now, the entire army is united in prayer and support for Jungkook's recovery, hoping that he will soon return with a smile and positive energy that will inspire millions of people around the world. This story also opens a wider discussion about the importance of a healthy support system for idols and other public figures. If you were touched by this story, do not hesitate to write your support and wishes in the comments. Also share this news so that more people understand how important Jungkook's mental health and courage are to get through his difficult time. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you always get the latest updates about BTS and other inspiring stories. However, behind Jimin's heartfelt and empathetic official statement, there was a wave of no less stormy controversy among fans and netizens. Many are wondering if the real reason for Jungkook's disappearance is just a mental health problem, or is there something else that is deliberately hidden? Why do agencies and management teams seem so closed and minimal to provide clarification? Are there outside pressures, industry intrigues, or even internal conflicts that have never been exposed to the public? Several anonymous sources claiming to be close to BTS's environment began to emerge, revealing rumors that thrilled the fandom world. Some say that Jungkook actually faced enormous pressure from contracts and demands that severely curtailed his freedom as a young, global artist. A controversy that has never been exposed before regarding the strict treatment on the part of management and market expectations that are almost impossible to meet. More than that, some speculate that Jungkook's disappearance is also linked to personal conflicts involving privacy issues and complicated social relationships. Some gossips mentioned a small split in the group that has been considered a family, which may be the biggest emotional trigger for Jungkook. Is it true? No one knows for sure, but this sparked a heated debate among the army. There are those who defend, and there are also those who question, even blame certain parties. Even more provocative is the emergence of a conspiracy theory stating that Jungkook was deliberately eliminated temporarily by management to avoid a big scandal that almost broke out and could destroy BTS's reputation. Some allege that there was a dirty game behind the scenes, where Jungkook's image was deliberately kept tight so as not to be contaminated by bad news. If true, this certainly opens a new chapter full of tension and controversy in the South Korean entertainment world. On the other hand, there are also voices from among fans who are starting to question whether the K-pop industry is too cruel with young idols like Jungkook. How could a young man so talented and full of potential have to experience mental stress to such an extent? Is it time for fans and the public at large to demand a change in the system? Or do they have to accept the harsh reality that fame comes at a great price? Meanwhile, Jimin still holds the position of a figure who tries to calm the situation and give hope, although tensions continue to burn out there. However, not a few feel Jimin's statement is a shield used by management to cover up darker things. Does Jim know more? Or is it just part of the PR game that has been prepared in such a way? In a fast-paced world full of thrills, the news of Jungkook's disappearance is the subject of endless talk. Even some entertainment industry observers call this case a reflection of the big problems that have been hidden behind the glitter of the K-pop world. They highlight how idols have to deal with the burden of inhuman expectations and how that can lead to serious mental crises. To make matters worse, this news sparked a heated debate on social media. Some netizens in a provocative tone called Jungkook a victim of the system and voiced sharp criticism of the agency that is considered only concerned with profits without caring about the welfare of the artist. Some cynics say that this is just a marketing trick, lost first strategy so that the comeback will be more awaited and viral. In all the growing controversy and speculation, one thing is certain. Jungkook is both a symbol and a victim of the pressures of today's entertainment industry. Her story sparked a wide-ranging discussion about mental health, privacy, and ethics in the celebrity world that fans, media, and management have had to deal with. The big question now is, will Jungkook really return to the stage? Or is it that the disappearance for 2 weeks marks a new chapter of a journey full of wounds and challenges? We can all just wait and hope for the best. Meanwhile, for those of you fans who feel devastated and confused, don't hesitate to share your stories and support in the comments. Let's show that behind the glitter of the idol world, there is a caring and loving community. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep getting the latest updates that are not only entertaining, but also eye-opening. Amid the rumble of speculation that never subsides, there are also more courageous voices revealing the dark side that has been hidden in the South Korean entertainment industry. What if Jungkook's disappearance was not just a matter of mental health, but part of a larger manipulation involving business and political interests? Is it true that certain agencies and parties are using Jungkook's popularity for their own benefit, to the point of sacrificing the artist's well-being? This question provoked a strong reaction from various circles, enlarging the controversy that was already burning the curious fire of fans and observers. Some insiders even suspect that Jungkook is the victim of a complicated internal conflict of interest, in which agency executives are racing to strategize to maintain image and profit. In a situation like this, a young idol like Jungkook is nothing more than a controlled pawn to maintain the balance of power and business. This opens up a veil of controversy that has so far barely been touched by the public, raising questions about ethics and morals in an industry that often looks glamorous but full of intrigue. Not only that, sensitive issues related to mental stress have also begun to be associated with rumors of harassment or unfair treatment in the work environment, which have been closely covered up. Is Jungkook a victim of a system that forces idols to hide their inner wounds in order to keep a bright face in front of the public? If true, this is a severe blow to the image of the agency and the South Korean entertainment industry as a whole. This kind of controversy sparked a global discussion about how the industry treats young artists who should be protected, not exploited. On the other hand, many fans began to question the role of the media and fandom, which has been obsessed with perfection and the constant presence of the idol. Are we subconsciously adding to Jungkook's mental burden with unusually high demands and expectations? An introspection that is not easily accepted, but very necessary to do. This controversy invites us all to better understand the meaning of healthy support and respect for the personal space of idols. Even more provocative, conspiracy theories have emerged that Jungkook may have been caught up in political pressure involving powerful figures outside the entertainment world who leverage BTS's popularity as a tool of cultural diplomacy. Is this just a wild theory or a harsh reality that is difficult to unravel? This kind of suspicion provoked tension among fans who began to doubt the transparency of the information provided so far. Despite all the controversy and speculation, one thing is certain. Jungkook's disappearance calls for a major change in the way the entertainment industry views and treats young artists. This case opened the eyes of many people to how fragile mental well-being can be behind sparkling screens. Jungkook, with all his charisma, is not only an idol to be admired, but also a human being who must fight for his right to live a healthy and happy life. The question now is no longer just when Jungkook will return, but whether the system is ready to change so that no more idols have to disappear in silence because of unbearable pressure. This is a huge challenge for agencies, fans, media, and the entire ecosystem of the South Korean entertainment industry. For those of you reading this, what do you think? Do you believe that all this is just the usual pressure that every artist faces? Or is there something deeper and darker behind the scenes? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments, because your voice is very meaningful in opening discussions that have rarely been touched. Like and subscribe too so that you are always part of this conversation and get the latest news full of controversy and honesty. In this uncertainty, one thing that remains strong is the solidarity of the army that never goes out. They are not only fans, but also friends and protectors who are ready to support Jungkook through this difficult time. Hopefully with this support, Jungkook can rise again and inspire the world, not only with his talent, but also with his courage to face reality. Finally, this story reminds us that behind the shine of the stage spotlight, there is a harsh reality that idols must face. Let's take this as a momentum to be more caring, more human, and more courageous in demanding change for a healthier and more sustainable future for the entertainment industry. Thanks for reading to the end. Don't forget to continue supporting Jungkook and BTS with love and empathy. Send us your comments, like, and subscribe to keep abreast of the full story. Together, we can bring about real change. When news of Jungkook's 2-week disappearance first surfaced, many thought it was just a mental health issue common to celebrities exposed to high stress. However, the deeper you dig into the information and the more sources you try to uncover, a much more complex and, let's be honest, very provocative story unfolds. There are whispers behind the scenes that Jungkook is not only lost physically, but also his identity and control over his own life. One of the most shocking theories is that Jungkook experienced some kind of existential conflict as a result of mental manipulation allegedly carried out by the agency's management. No kidding, this rumor has it that Jungkook fell victim to systematic psychological pressure, even to the point where he felt alienated from his true self. If true, this is certainly a stark reminder of how the K-pop industry uses young artists as mere commodities, not as humans who need to be concerned about their overall well-being. To make matters worse, there are wild rumors that during his disappearance, Jungkook was allegedly forced to undergo a secret rehabilitation program to adjust his image and behavior to stay in line with the expectations of his fan base and the global market. The program is supposedly full of strict rules, intense psychological supervision, and even restrictions on communication with the outside world. In the public shadow, Jungkook's cheerful and energetic figure now seems to have to fight in a mental prison hidden behind the glitter of the stage and camera lights. On the other hand, there are also more controversial and provocative speculations. There are those who suspect that Jungkook's absence is also related to a personal scandal that was deliberately covered up. Unnamed sources claim there are serious issues that, if revealed, could shake the reputation of not only Jungkook, but BTS as a whole. Whether it's a matter of personal relationships, pressure from the social environment, or even something related to politics and business, everything is still shrouded in mystery. However, these rumors have been enough to stir up the fandom world and cause a burning sense of curiosity. The controversy has fueled fierce criticism directed at the Korean entertainment system, which has been known to be very strict and full of rules. Not a few fans have begun to question whether K-pop idols are really treated as humans or just as products that must be polished to perfection without paying attention to the side effects that can destroy them mentally and physically. Even some mental health experts began to raise this issue to the public domain, considering Jungkook's case as a clear example of the devastating impact of an industry that is too repressive and less concerned about the welfare